Hey everyone, Rob here, and I have some updates coming out of the meteorological office here in Iceland regarding the last eruption and some data coming from various measurements that they've had over the last little while, including the total volume of last eruption. So, data from GPS meters showed that land rise in Svartsengi continue to be measured at a constant rate, and we've seen this in the last video I did. We're expecting something in maybe the next 15 to 30 days, sometime in that range, but it could be a little bit later, of course, and a little bit earlier as well. Now, model calculations based on that data also show that magma accumulation under Svartsengi has continued at a similar rate in the recent weeks. According to measurements of the landmass and the estimate the rate of the magma accumulation below, the development is similar to previous events in the area. And if I want to remind you that some of the volcanologists here in Iceland did predict that this would end in the summer, but we are of course seeing no end in sight. Now, the imaging team of the National Institute of Natural Sciences and Land Survey of Iceland has processed data collected by a firm called EFLA, and their experts did this during a drone flight over the eruption area in September 11th. The data shows that the lava bed formed in the last eruption, which was from August 22nd to September 5th, was 61.2 million meters cubic and 15.8 kilometers squared in area. And you can see here some of that map there. And we're not looking at the purple because that's the older stuff. We're looking at the newer, I don't know what color that would be, kind of like a reddish orange towards the top, but then there's other colors there. Now, the thickest part of the lava bed is, of course, located around the crater, which was active the longest. And we can see it's these areas right here. And that was, again, closer and closer to the road and further away from the Blue Lagoon, which is why we're getting a little bit more relaxed over at the Blue Lagoon. And you can see here at this graph down here on the corner, left-hand corner, you can see it says thickness of the lava in meters. And so you can see just the general legend of everything. So this is a map showing the extent and thickness of the lava bed, which was formed in the last eruption. And again, all based on measurements and processing data from the National Natural Science Foundation. And of course, as I said, the gray areas show lava has flowed in the area since 2023. And yeah, and so forth. So it's like this purplish gray areas that you see around there. Now, earthquake activity, if we go over to this one here, it's been pretty low for the last 2 weeks at the Sundhnúk crater series. However, there has been some activity in the western side of Fagradalsfjall at a depth of around 6 to 8 kilometers since the eruption ended on September 5th. There's also been considerable activity in Trölladyngr in the last few days, and most of the earthquakes in the area are small. But the largest was measured at 3.0, and that was on September 22nd, just east of Trölladyngr. And we can see that's sort of this area in the Klevervat area. So this is a little bit outside of where we were seeing the usual lava. You can see the lava field kind of on the left of this gray area here. And there's a lot of earthquakes over there. Now, no deformation is measured in the area over near Klevervat. So there's no deformation. You can see underneath all of these dots, right beside Kelir, is Trölladyngr, and there's no deformation measured in that area. So good news on that front. Now, if we do want to come one step further, and we'll just switch over to English and jump this in here, we can see the earthquakes live last 24 hours. And if we go to the Reykjanes Peninsula, we can see again at the graph at the bottom is showing you the days. So Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, which is today. And the magnitude sort of going up and down. And we can see there's very little activity going on there. So, of course, really good news that there's not a lot going on right now. But, of course, as we know, based on some of the measurements that have been reported, and I'll just throw that there, the land rise, as mentioned in the previous video as well, is this red line here with the circle at the very end. That is the current status as of the 18th of September. and we are seeing that it is lifting up. So the 18th of September, of course, today is the 24th. So we're a little bit past that. Not sure where that data is yet, but they should be releasing something in the next few days. But good to know. Again, if you're interested in this kind of thing with the lava thickness and where it's all going, if you are curious about where the roads are, of course, you can see the Blue Lagoon down towards the bottom, but the road is just a little bit above this line up here at the very top. So they are saying that if it does continue and it is powerful or more powerful, there is the possibility of it hitting the road. And it's all in the same system as Fagrasfeld. As you can see in the right hand side here is the Fagrasfeld and Gellingedaler. So right beside each other, all of this stuff has been going on. So that's it for now. Latest updates coming out of the meteorological office. I will definitely keep you up to date. So be sure to tune in and check back, because you never know when things are going to change one way or the other. So thanks very much for watching.